Welcome back to the Deep Dive, where we take you on journeys of discovery into captivating realms of knowledge and intrigue. Before we begin, remember to hit that subscribe button and give this episode a like if you find it as captivating as we do. Today, we're venturing into the heart of the Philippines to unravel the terror and urban myths surrounding a figure shrouded in mystery. And might Bernardo Carpio, picture the Sierra Madre mountain range, a landscape of imposing peaks and dense forests, where nature's power is palpable. It's here, in this dramatic setting, that the legend of Bernardo Carpio unfolds.
Indeed. The Sierra Madre Mountains serve as a powerful backdrop to this tale, a landscape that echoes the strength and resilience embodied by Bernardo Carpio.
Let's delve into the story. Who was Bernardo Carpio? Some portray him as the historical figure, a skilled warrior who might have even led guerrilla fighters against the Spanish colonizers. But as we dig deeper, the line between history and myth begins to blur.
That blurring is precisely what makes this legend so fascinating. While concrete historical evidence is scarce, the legend itself speaks volumes about the Filipino psyche. Bernardo Carpio is often depicted as a young man of extraordinary strength and unwavering courage, reflecting the values of resilience and resistance deeply embedded in Filipino culture.
You mentioned guerrilla warfare, which paints a picture of Bernardo Carpio as a freedom fighter, battling against a powerful empire. What can you tell us about the challenges and tactics of such warfare during the Spanish colonial period?
Guerrilla warfare was a David and Goliath struggle. Imagine small, agile bands of fighters, utilizing their intimate knowledge of the terrain to their advantage. They would employ surprise attacks, hit-and-run tactics, and rely heavily on the support of local communities for intelligence and supplies. This resonates deeply with the Bernardo Carpio legend, emphasizing the resourcefulness and determination needed to resist a much larger force.
So while historical evidence may be elusive, the spirit of guerrilla warfare and resistance against oppression is deeply woven into the Bernardo Carpio narrative. It's almost as if his legendary strength symbolizes the collective strength of Filipinos throughout history, battling against various forms of adversity.
Precisely. And this strength, this unwavering resistance, is perhaps most dramatically illustrated in the legend of Bernardo Carpio's imprisonment. He's said to have been betrayed and imprisoned by the Spanish within the depths of the Sierra Madre Mountains. And it's within this captivity that the fantastical elements of the legend truly come to life.
Now we're entering the realm of the truly extraordinary, the image of Bernardo Carpio, fueled by his immense strength, attempting to break free from his mountain prison. Is this where we encounter the tales of mountains being moved and earthquakes shaking the very foundations of the Philippines?
Absolutely. The legend vividly portrays Bernardo Carpio using his superhuman strength to lift massive rocks, split mountains, and cause tremors that reverberate throughout the region. It's almost as if he embodies the raw power of nature itself, challenging the very constraints of his captivity.
This imagery is so powerful, it evokes a sense of awe at the forces at play, both human and natural. It makes one wonder, are there any records of actual seismic activity in the Sierra Madre that could be linked to the legend? Or is this purely symbolic of Bernardo Carpio's immense struggle and the turmoil of that era?
While the Sierra Madre is located in the seismically active Pacific Ring of Fire, linking any specific earthquake or tremor to the legend is impossible. The geological forces shaping the landscape are far beyond human influence, even that of a legendary hero. However, the symbolism is undeniable. Bernardo Carpio's struggle against his imprisonment mirrors the Filipino struggle for freedom and self-determination, a struggle that has often felt like moving mountains.
That's a profound observation. The legend intertwines Bernardo Carpio's personal plight with a broader historical narrative, making him more than just a man, but a symbol of resilience and the enduring fight for liberation. So what became of Bernardo Carpio? Did he ever manage to escape his mountain prison?
Here's where the legend diverges. From a typical hero's journey, instead of a clear victory or defeat, Bernardo Carpio's fate is left unresolved. The legend maintains that he remains imprisoned within the mountains, his struggles continuing to this day.
So the legend suggests he is still there, eternally battling against his confinement. That's a striking image, a testament to the idea that the fight for freedom is never truly over. It makes me curious to know how this resonates with people today. Do Filipinos believe that Bernardo Carpio is still fighting within those mountains?
Many Filipinos believe that Bernardo Carpio's struggle continues, symbolizing the ongoing fight for genuine independence and social justice. His strength and spirit are believed to endure within the Sierra Madre, a source of inspiration, and a reminder that even in the face of seemingly insurmountable obstacles, the spirit of resistance must never be extinguished.
It's as if Bernardo Carpio has transcended the boundaries of time and legend, becoming a timeless symbol of the Filipino spirit, forever wrestling with the challenges that confront them.
And it's not just about resistance, but also about protection. Bernardo Carpio is also seen as a guardian spirit of the mountains, a protector of the Filipino people.
So he embodies both the warrior spirit and the benevolent protector. That's fascinating. Can you tell us more about how Bernardo Carpio is viewed as a guiding and protective force?
There are countless stories of Bernardo Carpio coming to the aid of those in need, from guiding lost travelers, through treacherous mountain paths to shielding villages from harm, and offering strength and courage in times of crisis. He's seen as a benevolent presence.
It seems that Bernardo Carpio's role as a protector resonates deeply with the Filipino people. It suggests a belief in a higher power looking after them, a source of comfort and strength in a world that can often feel chaotic and unpredictable.
Indeed, the legend of Bernardo Carpio offers a powerful message of hope and resilience.
His story is truly captivating, a blend of history, myth, and profound symbolism that continues to resonate with Filipinos today. Before we move on, I want to remind our listeners to subscribe to The Deep Dive and give this episode a like if you're enjoying our exploration of the terror and urban myths surrounding this legendary figure. We'll be back shortly to continue unraveling the layers of the Bernardo Carpio legend.
Bernardo Carpio's legend is like a tapestry woven from threads of history, myth, and folklore, reflecting the rich cultural identity of the Philippines.
That imagery beautifully captures the complexity of this legend. It makes you realize that legends like this aren't static. They evolve over time, absorbing new meanings and resonating with each generation. In different ways, what are some of the different interpretations of the Bernardo Carpio legend that have emerged?
One interpretation focuses on Bernardo Carpio as a symbol of Filipino resistance against colonial powers. You can see how his struggle against the Spanish, even if embellished by legend, reflects the very real centuries-long fight for independence that the Philippines endured.
It's as though he embodies that spirit of defiance, not just against foreign powers, but against any form of oppression, even the forces of nature themselves.
Exactly. Another interpretation sees Bernardo Carpio as a representation of the Filipino people's connection to their land, his imprisonment within the mountains, his ability to move earth and rock. These elements point to a deep-rooted sense of belonging to the natural world.
His physical strength seems almost inseparable from the landscape itself, particularly the Sierra Madre Mountains.
It's as if he draws his power from the land, making him a truly indigenous hero. Then there's the interpretation of Bernardo Carpio as a protector, a benevolent spirit watching over the Filipino people, which we touched on earlier.
You mentioned stories of him guiding travelers and protecting villages. Do you think this belief in Carpio as a protector helps Filipinos cope with hardship, knowing they have this powerful figure watching over them?
Absolutely. It speaks to that universal human need for hope and reassurance, especially during difficult times. But there's another layer to this legend that's particularly intriguing. Some scholars believe that the story of Bernardo Carpio might be influenced by even older indigenous myths and folklore.
So there could be deeper roots to this story than we initially realized. What kind of pre-colonial myths might have influenced the Bernardo Carpio legend?
Well before the arrival of the Spanish, Filipinos had a rich tradition of storytelling. Many of their myths feature powerful beings who could control the forces of nature, often depicted as giants or spirits dwelling within mountains or forests. These figures were both revered and feared, much like Bernardo Carpio in later tales.
It's fascinating how these ancient beliefs can echo through the ages, finding new expressions in later stories and legends.
It's a reminder that culture is constantly evolving, yet it carries the echoes of its past. That's what makes studying these legends so rewarding. They offer a glimpse into the beliefs and values that have shaped a culture over time.
We've talked about Bernardo Carpio as a symbol of resistance, a representation of Filipinos' connection to their land, and a protector spirit. What other aspects of his legend stand out to you?
One aspect often overlooked is the theme of betrayal. Bernardo Carpio is said to have been betrayed by those he trusted, ultimately leading to his imprisonment. You could interpret this betrayal as a metaphor for the challenges and disappointments that the Filipino people have faced throughout their history.
Betrayal is a powerful theme, isn't it? It seems to recur in many myths and legends, perhaps because it reflects a very real and often painful aspect of the human experience.
Exactly. It adds a layer of tragedy to Bernardo Carpio's story, making him a more relatable and human figure. Despite his superhuman abilities, it also raises questions about trust, loyalty, and the consequences of broken promises, themes that resonate deeply with us all.
It suggests that even the strongest among us can be vulnerable to deception and betrayal. The Bernardo Carpio legend seems to acknowledge that the fight for freedom and justice isn't always straightforward. There will be setbacks and disappointments along the way.
Yet, even in the face of those setbacks, the legend emphasizes the importance of resilience, never giving up hope, and continuing to fight for what's right.
That enduring spirit, that refusal to be broken, is what makes Bernardo Carpio such an enduring and powerful symbol of the Filipino people. His story is a testament to the power of the human will and the belief that even in the darkest of times, hope can prevail.
And that's precisely why legends like this continue to hold such power. They offer us not just entertainment, but inspiration, guidance, and a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us.
This deep dive into the legend of Bernardo Carpio has been truly enriching. We've uncovered layers of history, myth, and folklore, and we've seen how his story continues to shape Filipino identity. Now, as we move towards the conclusion of our exploration, I want to shift our focus to you, the listener. What elements of this legend resonated most with you? Was it his strength and resilience, his fight for freedom, or his role as a protector?
It's a testament to the enduring power of storytelling and how these narratives can connect us to something larger than ourselves.
We've explored so much about Bernardo Carpio, his strength and resilience, his fight for freedom, his role as a protector. But this raises a question. Why are we, as humans, so drawn to these legendary figures? What is it about stories like Bernardo Carpio's that capture our imaginations and stay with us long after we've heard them?
I think it's the combination of the extraordinary and the relatable. We're captivated by Bernardo Carpio's superhuman strength, his ability to move mountains, yet we also connect with his struggles against oppression, his very human desire to protect his people. It's that blend of the fantastical and the real that resonates so deeply.
These legends tap into something primal, a yearning for heroes who embody our values and aspirations. They offer us hope, suggesting that even in the face of seemingly insurmountable challenges, we too can find the strength to persevere.
And they remind us our own potential for greatness, maybe not in the literal sense of moving mountains, but in our capacity to stand up for what we believe in, protect those we care about, and make a positive impact on the world around us.
Bernardo Carpio's legend, with all its layers of meaning, serves as a powerful reminder of the human spirit's capacity for courage, compassion, and resilience. It's a story that has resonated for generations, and it continues to inspire today.
As we conclude our deep dive into the legend of Bernardo Carpio, we want to leave you with this thought. How can this legend inspire you to act courageously or connect more deeply with your own cultural heritage? What lessons can you draw from Bernardo Carpio's enduring struggle?
We encourage you to reflect on these questions and to continue exploring the rich world of folklore and mythology. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to The Deep Dive for more explorations into fascinating realms of knowledge and intrigue. We'll be back soon with another deep dive into the unknown.